Hola, soy yo, Vicky, otra vez. Hello, it's me, Vicky, again. And this is a very special video because what I've noticed in the last couple of weeks since we had a change of government in the UK, I think people are starting to think again about maybe coming to live in Spain. So, of course, since Brexit, um, you know, it's difficult now to get permanent residency to live in Spain. Whereas when we were a member of the European Union, in those great days, but anyway, depending on your point of view. But if you want to come and live in Spain, or if you live in Spain, they definitely were great days in comparison to what they are now, because it's made everything so much more difficult. People who not only want to live in Spain, but people who maybe want to buy a holiday home in Spain, a retirement home in Spain. Now they're challenged with the amount of days that they can spend here, whereas before you could come and go as you wanted, spend time in your holiday, in your Spanish home when you wanted to, and then go back to the UK when you wanted to. There was no constrictions. You didn't have to count how many days you were here. You didn't have to become a resident. You didn't have to have a massive amount of money in the bank. All you needed was a British passport. Of course, things are not like that anymore. But what I have noticed is since in the UK there was a change of government, and there seems to be a more Europe-friendly government, let's say. I don't think we're heading back, going into Europe, probably not in my lifetime anyway. But you don't have to be in Europe to be able to have a good relationship with the countries within it. And what I'm hoping is that the Spanish government and the new British government will be able to make some accords, some agreements which make life easier. Because it's been made difficult for Spanish people who want to go and work or study in England as well, or in the UK. It's made it difficult for everybody, basically. So what I've noticed is I personally have had an uptick of people inquiring about living in Spain. Some of my chatters, my followers, either on here or on my other YouTube channel, inquiring about what's it like to live in Spain, what's the procedures, what do you have to do to get a permanent residency in Spain. And, I try to answer them where I can, but you can appreciate I do have a lot of subscribers. So I get a lot of these requests and I can't answer them all individually, because also they're not quick answers, to answer everyone individually when somebody asks me, what do you need to become a resident? So what I've always tried and do is point them in the right direction. And, without getting into it too much, because it can take me an hour just to reply to that email, So what I've decided to do instead, and by the way, I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, watching my videos. I want to thank all of you that are members already. Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone who's PayPal me, sent me a super sticker, bought me a coffee. Thank you for supporting my channel. And also, I know some of you out there be students of mine. Thank you for doing classes with me, because, of course, I do Spanish classes over Zoom. And also, I have books for sale on Amazon for learning Spanish. If you haven't got time for classes, you can learn perfectly well with the book at home and with some email support that you get with that. So, okay. So what I want to tell you about today, what I've decided to do, because it's definitely more and more people now. I mean, used to be I would just get during the Brexit days, just get the odd email here and there. Oh, do you know anything about the procedure for becoming a resident, etc., etc. But what I've noticed as I say, since we got the Labour government, it's at least 3-4 times a week I'll get an inquiry from someone about some aspect of living in Spain. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to do more videos about living in Spain as well, about different things in Spain, the good the bad and the ugly, because, you know, it's nowhere's a perfect place. There are great things about living in Spain, but there are things that you might not like as well, just like everywhere else. You know, it's not perfect life, it's not utopia, it's just the same problems as you normally have, but in a nicer environment, I suppose. And there are things that are better here than in the UK, or, you know, I can't speak for other countries. I mean, a lot of my students from all over, not necessarily just the UK, but, you know, I don't necessarily know their countries and what are the good and bad things about them. But there are things that are worse here as well, you know, that you won't like. So I'm going to be doing some videos about those kind of things, for not only for people maybe you are thinking of coming over here to live, but maybe people are thinking of coming over here to spend extended holidays, or even just on holiday. You know, we've spoken before, my main concern sometimes with tourists is they don't look after themselves properly in the sun, you know, especially this time of year when it's so brutal. And of course this is the time of year that people come out on holiday, because it's a school holiday. So I understand that, but you've got to take extra precautions. Anyway, that's for another video. So what I want to talk about in this video is, I want to tell you, so membership of my channel, if you go, let me show you, if you go on to my you know, front page, if you like, of my channel, you will see in the About Me, there's a couple of links. There's a link to buy me a coffee. Thank you to those that have done that. There's a link to become a member. And if you click into the Become a Member link, you can join the channel. It's only $2.99 a month. So, and don't forget, it's if you join it for a month and you think, oh, this is not offering me anything, or I don't want to stay a member, you can just cancel. You can cancel anytime. It is not like you have to sign up 6 months, 12 months. It's a monthly membership that can be cancelled at any time. And the perks of becoming a member, apart from the fact it supports my channel, which really helps, because, you know, I'm trying to keep the channel going. You know, sometimes you have to make it work. For the work that you put into it, you have to make it work. I mean, that's just a fact of life. So part of the way that it works and it makes it worthwhile is because I have members that I feel like I have a responsibility to do something for. So yeah, and we will be doing at least one live chat a month, where you can literally ask me live anything about Spain or Spanish or English or England, because of course I do have a lot of subscribers that follow my channel for the English practice, because I do release videos about learning English as well. So, you know, just generally when I do the lives once a month, I'm thinking of making them the last Friday of every month, because I did start off looking at weekly lives, but I don't have enough members yet to justify that. And also it was a lot of pressure to stick to that. But at the last Friday of every month, there will be a members only question and answer. Ask me anything. Now, the thing is, if you can't actually make the live streams, you know, you can always watch them later now, and you can still send your questions in by email. So this is what I want to particularly show you today. So what I want you to do is, if you become a member and you have a question about moving to Spain, living in Spain, sometimes people want to know what different areas are like, or they, you know, they're moving to a place, you know, are there a lot of Brits there? Is it a Spanish place? Where would I recommend? What's the best place for value for money, for example? You know, I've lived in Spain for 28 long years, and I do know a lot about Spain. That's one thing I definitely know a lot about. So any of those kind of questions, if it's in, you know, if you're sort of thinking, oh, you know, I'm not sure, maybe I don't, Please go ahead, send me your questions to Vicky Marie Chat. If you can't make the lives, I mean the lives the last Friday of every month, you can ask me in person then in the chat. Or if you don't not sure if you're going to be able to make that, send me an email to Vicky Marie Chats. Remember, it's Vicky with an I. A lot of people always spell it with a Y, and that won't get to me. Vicky with an I, Marie Chats @gmail.com. Send me your question, and if you are a member, I will address that question in the first live stream of this, which will be this month, August. Friday the 31st of August, which is, Friday the 30th of August. I was just going to say, which is a Saturday. Duh. So, yeah, Friday the 30th of August. I'm not sure what time yet. I'll take any, any suggestions for times that suit you. And if I can find a time that suits you and me and the majority, then that will be the time. So I haven't decided on the time yet. Before I was doing them at midday, 12 o'clock, but maybe evening time would be better, or early evening. But anyway, so don't forget, join my channel, and you can send me your questions, as many questions as you like, about living in Spain or Spanish, of course. I mean, don't forget, you can ask me about Spanish. You can suggest, but maybe there's a particular part of Spanish that you're not sure about. It's probably a lot, I know that. But imagine there's one thing you think, I've never really known the difference between ser and estar, or I don't really understand what's the difference between conocer and saber, the two verbs to know. Any question that you would like me to address, especially in a video on one of these members' lives, if you're a member. So first of all, of course, you need to join. It's $2.99 a month. And then send me an email to, let's give the email again, VickyMarieChats@gmail.com, and I will answer it in the next live, which is on Friday the 31st of August. Any question you've got that is any way connected with Spain and Spanish. Okay, so please remember to like this video if you found it useful. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. It's absolutely free. So you don't pay to subscribe. Become a member if you can, please. And also look after yourself. That's the most important thing, of course. Okay, so as always, I'll see you really soon in the next video. Como siempre, te veo muy pronto en el próximo video. Y hasta entonces, and until then, que tu Dios vaya siempre contigo, that your God always goes with you. Thank you.